Ahoj milá Andy, vítám tě. Je na čase pokračovat v tomhleto úžasném příběhu. Momentálně tady vylepšuju takový parťačku. Dáme jí mistrovskou odvahu. Je výborná posilující dovednost. Je vylepšená na maximum. A jak vidíš, je stejně jako já úplně na vrcholu dobra. Jelikož my na ní máme přímý, ať už pozitivní nebo negativní vliv, ale v našem případě je to pozitivní. Ona je sice o malinko níž, ale fakt o malinko, je skoro na vrcholu stejně jako my. A náš parťák je taky blíž k dobru. A věřím, že časem to půjde ještě vejš. Jdu do práce.
So you've returned. Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover? Voga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that? A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Telosian Council and urge them to broker a deal with Voga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word. So here you are. Now I've got to send this information to the Council right away. What is it? I see. And where and when did you kill them? I see. Well, you certainly earned the bounty on those two dangerous criminals. Here it is. I think you'll find the amount more than adequate. The TSF once again thanks you for your cooperation.
Máme všechno krásně kompletní a ještě jsme dostali hromadu zlaťáků. V tomto případě kreditů, ale... To vůbec nevadí. Tím pádem můžeme pokračovat v naší výpravě cestou na... Hned se to dozvíte. Chvilku strpení. Naší další planetou bude Onderon.
HK-47, I did not realize that you still existed, especially now that the other generations are activated.
Query, what is it you wish, Fat One?
I see that your recent reassembly has not affected your behavior core, nor your attitude.
Statement. If I require a similar diagnostic in the future, I shall seek out the Iridonian.
Oh, I do not think so. There is much work that needs to be done first.
Statement. My memory core has suffered some damage. Statement. Yet somehow, a gap in my circuits makes me feel as if I should remember you. Statement. This is all the more important since during my routine inspection of all potential escape routes from this vessel, I made an interesting discovery. Observation. The navicomputer is voice-locked. As a consequence, you are now responsible for course corrections and astrogation. Statement. That is indeed a great burden. It also raises many questions. Query. Why would someone lock the navicomputer? Answer. Presumably to hide where one has been. Statement. I believe this ship has been somewhere. Somewhere you wish to keep hidden.
Já tě viděl, co jsi to provedl, ty jeden malý poturáčku. Ale bohužel tady nemáme možnost se na to zeptat. Ještě najít toho robota, kam ho zašel, kam ho uklidil. Jenže písečný muži.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. Observation. Notice that I did not ask if you need anyone killed. You may be curious as to why. Answer. That is because you told me to stop asking if you needed anyone killed. So I have. From now on, I will simply say, I am ready to serve. Yes, ready to serve. In whatever way a common protocol or utility droid might serve. Seems that that is my lot in life, not to kill. Observation. You are indeed cruel, Master. You might as well ask an organic meatbag not to breathe. If you happen to change your mind, however, I feel I must tell you, I will gladly kill anyone you ask. Please, I beg you, just a quick death, a little one, to tide me over until the next firefight we're in. Combat is nice, but the stalking of prey is far more enjoyable.
To je šílený zabijácký robot. Ještě než vyrazíme na další planetu, tak bych si přece jenom měl promluvit ještě s tou robotickou koulí, protože mně přijde, že skrz tu kouli mluví ten zločinec. Kota.
Yes? Is there something you have come to offer me? No, you have enough. And as I tell all my employees, make do with less.
Je to tak, mluví skrz to ten zločinec.
I am willing to indulge some of your questions. Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever. You may speak. There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith. The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
Ty jsi mě nepochopil, já nechci prachy pro sebe, ale pro ty potřebný, to jsi nepochopil. Takže nechci odměnu, stačí mi ta pomoc lidem v těch systémech.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith. Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Paragus facility, the odds of the Telos restoration project being successfully completed is close to zero. I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable?
Tak ten to dobře otočil proti nám parchant, co bych od něj taky čekal, že? Ten nám to dal dobře sežrat. I když to takhle nebylo. Bylo to tak, abych vám to objasnil, že jsme museli zničit tu stanici, co tam byla v tom vesmíru, protože nás pronásledovala obrovská sická loď se sickým lordem. A když bychom to neudělali, tak by nás jednoduše rozstříleli, jednoduše by nás smetli. A důležitá poznámka, nebyl tam ani jeden člověk, všichni byli mrtví, protože tam předtím vyvraždili zločinci, kteří nás chtěli dostat, jelikož nás tam měli předtím zároveň v léčbě, léčili nás tam. A ti zločinci, kteří tam byli a skorumpovaní zaměstnanci nás chtěli dostat, proto tam naprogramovali roboty, aby tam všechny zlikvidovali a samozřejmě nejenom roboti likvidovali ostatní, ale i ti zločinci se tam pěkně činili. Takže tam byl v skutku každý mrtvý.
Tatooine is a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall. Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized. I am willing to indulge some of your questions. A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities. I believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith. And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact.
Vzpomínka na našeho hlavního hrdinu z prvního dílu nebyl Revan. A můžeme se zeptat i na Malaka.
Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future of the Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess.
Rozhodně, i když jsem proti temnostraníkům, tak lepší temnostraník byl určitě Revan, ale naštěstí se pak díky zásahu Rady Jediů, která mu vymazala paměť, která se mu pak samozřejmě časem vrátila, ale oni mu ji prostě v tu chvíli vymazali a udělali z něj na určitou chvíli řadovýho vojáka republiky, než se vypracoval, ukazovaly se ty jeho úžasné schopnosti a pak ho následně samozřejmě vycvičili na rytíře, Jedi, sami dobře ten příběh znáte, bylo to v prvním díle.
That is also a mystery to me. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith. You may speak. The assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others. Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time. If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict. They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with.
Tak to je šílený infiltrovat takovýhle zabijácký roboty, to se jim povedlo na jedničku, tím úplně rozložili republiku. Další skvělej tak temný strany. Je na nás, abychom to zvrátili. Samozřejmě na ostatních, ať už na tom mistrovi, kterýho jsme potkali teďkon na planetě, tak doufám další, který potkáme.
Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents. Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment. Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic, memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would.
Parádní pokec a ztratili jsme u něj vliv, jelikož to je prostě temnostraník, no. Chtěl by slyšet něco temného, to však od nás neuslyší. Některýma postavama toho nezvýšíme, stejně tak s tím robotem. Ten po nás taky chtěl, abychom mu vyprávěli, jak budeme společně vraždit a tak dále. Tak vzhůru na Onderon, planeta Onderon. Lesnatý terén, přístav Izizu.
Well, this is Onderon. Looks like there's a long line to get into the Isis starport.
Something feels wrong here. A great disturbance here in orbit, and again on the planets below.
I guess this blockade is a symptom of larger problems on Onderon.
If they decide to do a cargo search, we're gonna be in trouble.
Looks like we're about to find out. I'm receiving a message from some Colonel Tobin. Patching it through.
The Ebon Hawk. I was told to expect your arrival. I don't know your business on Onderon, but it ends here.
We've taken some hits. We can try to fight back, or I can outrun them and hide us on the jungle moon nearby. It's your call.
Oni mají určitě obrovskou flotilu, takže utečem.
You know, just once I wish someone was glad to see us. But no, if it isn't weapons pointed at our heads, it's someone trying to blast us out of the sky.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target. Looks like one of the moons of Onderon. Not sure which one. It's mostly jungle and mountain. I did pick up the remains of an old outpost near here. Maybe that's why there's all these clearings around. Maybe they were once settlements.
There were no settlements here. Those clearings were most likely once craters or crash sites.
Crash sites?
This is Duxon, where the Mandalorians began their crusade against the Republic. The remains of whatever outposts you detected here are military ones. We should be careful.
This is where the Mandalorian War started? This doesn't look like much of a battlefield.
Much is buried here, and there is much that should remain buried.
Hezky řečeno, protože to museli být šílený jatka.
It's taken a little damage, nothing too serious. I'm shutting down all unnecessary systems until we make repairs. It'll keep us from being a target. Well, the space battle's still going on overhead. Since they were so eager to use our hull for target practice, I doubt they're just gonna forget us. Well, I don't like it. Onderon is about as far from the core as you can get and still be in the Republic. But even out here, the locals have heard of us.
We're lucky I was able to find this place to land. Looks like something has cleared away the jungle in a few spots around here.
Until the ship is repaired, we're not going anywhere. Unless you can find another route to Onderon, we should sit tight.
There may be a means to get to Onderon by another route. The Force has guided us here for a reason. We should explore our surroundings. There is something here.
Something? Oh, there's something here, all right. Predators. Not small flit darters, but big, mean, nasty predators.
Nevertheless, we should explore our surroundings. And that nearby outpost would be as good a place as any to begin.
Well, if you go, be careful. No telling what other ships were forced down in the battle.
I have a feeling the ship will not be repaired until our business here is concluded. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, I understand. What's so important about this place?
This is where the Mandalorian Wars began. She fought here once, and there are things here she must see.
She fought here? Why didn't she say anything?
Do you speak of all your battles? Or are there some you wish to forget?
Musíme najít náhradní cestu. A uvidíme, na co tady narazíme. Bude to bez pochyb velmi zajímavý. Jasná věc, parťáku, jak si přeješ? Jdeme na to. Jsem rád, že líbí. Poskládali jsme si ho z dílu, který jsme našli po cestě. Takže to má pro nás i tu krásnou symbolickou citovou hodnotu, že jsme si ty díly sami vybojovali, sami získali a jeden z nich jsme, myslím, koupili v obchodě. Ten krystal, jo, to bude právě ten krystal, ten žlutý krystal. Jinak bychom měli k dispozici červený a ten nechci. Tady jsem koupil žlutý. Když byla ta možnost. A to on to tady bude opravovat, takže není k dispozici, ale já bych potřeboval jeho věci, no. Jo, to je škoda. To kdybych věděl, hodili by se jeho věci. No nic, no, nedá se nic svítit, nedá se nic dělat, bude muset vládnout i tak. Naše nejsilnější postava, co se týče používání síly, je samozřejmě tahleta osoba, ale já ji sebou nechci. Zkusíme vysaz, uvidíme, jak si povede. Jemu dáme tu luxusní sekeru. Ale je fakt špičková. Já si myslím, že naše dovednosti nejsou vůbec špatný. Akorát by to chtělo nějaký to trošku vylepšení té síle, no. Něco na sílu, ale časem ještě něco seženem, ať už třeba nějaký implantát. Jo, my tady makouka máme, chtělo by to ještě případně teda, ať už v rukavicích, po případně nějaký náramek. Ten pásek je fajn, odolnost +1, ale věřím, že časem najdeme ještě lepší. Po případě koupíme. A tohle vylepšení je taky úžasný, jelikož moudrost rovná se schopnosti používání síly, takže čím vyšší moudrost, tím větší sílu mají naše dovednosti.
Sensors just picked up a contact heading to the moon. Most of the ship's systems are powered down, so it's about all I got. That ship may have landed nearby, though, or it may be on the other side of the moon. So you might want to prepare for another friendly Onderon welcome.
Datapad mrtvého vojáka Republiky. Revan říká, že musíme dobít Xun. Naše letka vojenských droidích transportérů přehodí na měsíc pokrytý džunglí a v malé výšce vysadí náklad. Jakmile droidi dosednou na zem, najdou mandalorianskou základnu a připraví cestu pro naše pozemní vojsko a rytíře Jedi. Očekáváme tuhý odpor a pokud se droidům nepodaří vyřadit protiletecké věže, bude to velmi krátká mise. Nemůžeme však selhat, pokud ano, republika bude ztracena. To teda, šílená žába. Tady náš parťák Baldur je ještě mnohem větší expert na opravování než my, takže proto ho používám na tyhle ty věci, kde je vyžadovaný opravování. Jelikož on je v tom ještě větší fachman, on má úroveň 25, my máme asi 16. Droid absolutně v plný zbroje, včetně štítu, úplně v nejlepší možné kondici. Jenom za pár součástek, díky tomu, jak je výborný.
The orbital fighting just ended. That Colonel Tobin stirred up a Minox nest when he took a shot at us. I'm still working on the repairs, and I have to take down some systems, including sensors. So you have to do without me for a while. I know, you're crushed.
Pak to tady máme, doufám, že to nejsou žádní šílenci, že to jsou jenom nějací obyčejní, řekněme třeba chodníci, kteří ztroskotali, uvidíme. Pro jistotu to uložíme.
Yes, General?
Donos Imerekith, Wadara Gorachi Drumka, Sa Inchomin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata, Taranamosimu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Moju Kosoracha. Taranamosimu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala. Chawi Moju Kosoracha. Dawacho Simu Poendo Rakawa Ichi Rendumu Paramakawana Abawasi. You Kroren one Mapusiti Nolara. Donos Imerekith, Wadara Gorachi Drumka, Sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata, Donos Imerekith, Wadara Gorachi Drumka, Sa Inchobin Sasha, Dosimana Rochata. Bomababe want to susitu karata, to Esrectonata be Mabarchotto, to Renibu Inturata Sisi Meborokra. Sibu Endasarans, Krema Sukun Ratungala, Chawi Moju Kosoracha.
Jsou to šílenci. To se dá dělat, no. Nedávají nám na výběr. Dobrá, takže tady je vstup do další lokality. Půjdeme se podívat ještě, co je na druhé straně, než tam vlítnu. Další datapad mrtvého vojáka Republiky. Kvůli skrytým mandalorianským protileteckým věžím jsme museli nouzově dosednout mimo přistávací zónu. V boji s obludami z džungle jsme ztratili polovinu mužů a zbytek decimují mandalorianská palebná postavení. Jsme obkličeni, odříznuti od velení a dunění dělo neutichlo už několik hodin. Kde vězí ti zatracení Jediové?
You let the ship escape? I will deal with your failure later, Captain. But for now, find that ship. Our ally has indicated that the Jedi hasn't left the system yet. Send a detachment to Duxon. If you find anything, alert me immediately. Now get out of my sight.
Right there. We've got you surrounded. I'm surprised you got this far. The jungle doesn't usually let its prey go that easily. What are you doing here? We claimed this moon decades ago, when we reforged ourselves after Exar Kun's defeat. Some of us call it home. Why are you trespassing here?
Ta třetí odpověď je srandovní. Měl jsem v úmyslu tady založit pobočku společnosti Zerka. Zločineckou pobočku. To by bylo okamžitý útok, je mi to úplně jasné. Naše loď byla poškozena.
We expected as much. Few visit Duxon by choice. We have orders to escort you to our camp. Our leader wants to speak to you. You are coming with us. I'm supposed to escort you peacefully, but the alternative is quite acceptable. So your choice is follow us as our guest, or see how Mandalorians have earned their reputation.
So you're the intruder. Our sensors picked up your handiwork in space. I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. This used to be the heart of the Mandalorian war effort. From this complex we commanded an armada that had the Republic on the run. It didn't last. Mandalorians have a rapport with this jungle. Every moment here is a struggle. All creatures gripped in a constant war for survival. The sole purpose of the weak is to feed the strong. We train here and learn the lessons of the jungle. The beasts also help us keep our edge. So it's transportation you want. It so happens I have a small shuttle that's more than capable of running the Onderon military blockade. I make occasional trips to ISIS for information and supplies. If you want to go with me, you're going to have to prove your worth.
No, tak úžasný, teď už jenom musíme dokázat, že jsme toho hodně, takže určitě nějaká bojová zkouška, to je jasný.
It's Mandalorian business, not yours. I could, but I don't know you. Once I get to know you, I might tell you more, but not now. Figure it out yourself. Ask around. See if you can make yourself useful, or something that'll show what you're made of. There is one thing. Before your ship landed, we were preparing some demolition work. All the activity forced my men to stop before they finished. The charges need to be detonated before anybody comes across them, so all you'd have to do is flip a switch. We were trying to uncover the entrance to a hidden cache of old Mandalorian equipment. The explosives should be easy to find. Just get to it before the Canucks do. The last months before Duxon fell, the old Mandalore knew that Revan and the Republic were gaining the upper hand. He ordered our best engineers to hide caches of weapons and munitions throughout the moon, safely away from the enemy's hands. Don't you think they tried? It's real easy to hide things in a jungle. Even when they found some of our caches, our engineers left them some presents. They're not much more than a couple of plasteel cylinders. Before you get any bright ideas, if you uncover cache B-13, leave it alone. Even if you survive the traps, It would require military-grade explosives to open without the proper access codes. What's inside belongs to the Mandalorians.
Právě se zbudil mou zvědavost.
The last month before Duxon fell, the old Mandalore knew that Revan and the Republic were gaining the upper hand. He ordered...
To už jsme tu měli. To je všechno.
I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you. What do you want? When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet. It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin General Vaklu has a great deal of power in Isis as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him. Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer. It's Mandalorian business, not yours.
Musíme to ještě jednou.
I could, but I don't.
Tak později, anebo ještě párkrát. Možná se to povede.
I could. I could. I could.
No nic, zeptáme se až časem.
What do you want?
Promiň, já si spletl cestu.
What do you want?
I'm Kex, the new quartermaster. If a Mandalorian needs something, they come to me. Mandalore's ordered me to let you have access to our supplies, including some military-grade surplus. It's not free, though. You can pay with credits or trade in some of your gear. Doesn't matter to me. The greatest honor for a Mandalorian is to distinguish themselves in battle. But as age comes upon us, some are forced to find honor in other pursuits. They assist as freighter pilots, technicians, or quartermasters. There's honor there, but it's nothing compared to the heat of battle. For someone young like me, this task is distasteful. There are many battles left in me, yet I'm relegated to this.
Takhle bych to nerozlišoval. Díky za to otázku, a takhle bych to nerozlišoval, to rozlišuju na zločince, nebo na špatné bytosti, nebo na dobré bytosti, a tak to máme i u lidí. A i v tomhletom příběhu. Nebo v jakýmkoliv jiném. Bez ohledu na rasu. Protože, jak vidíš, tak tady třeba náš parťák je vlastně ta stejná rasa jako Darth Maul ze Hvězdných válek z jedničky. Z toho filmu. Ale my ho máme na světlé straně. My ho máme povahově dobrýho, to je ten rozdíl. A taky proto není tak šíleně zbarvený, ale je takhle doběla.
It's bad enough I have to stand here and pass out supplies while the others go on patrol. I'm not going to disgrace myself further by being your guide. The only advice I'll give you is, when you're in the jungle, shoot anything that moves. Then shoot the things that don't move, just to be sure. Blasters, energy shields, armor, and other fighting gear, all in good condition, though I doubt you could afford it.
Ukaž, co máš, kdyby se mi náhodou něco líbilo. Třeba granáty, ty by nebyly špatný. Tak není nikde dost, jak se říká. Tohle to jsou taky hodně užitečné věcičky. Jo, to je hezký. Ale taky pěkný. Tak si to pak koupím a uvidíme, jestli najdem třeba něco lepší.
You again.
Zkusíme se ze zajímavosti zeptat, jestli má s náma problém. Třeba nám to odemkne nějaký úkol, něco zajímavý.
You again. Yeah, I do. I don't know why Mandalore would let some outsider roam around our camp without an escort. If it were up to me, you would have been shot on sight. Mandalore must think you're something special.
Your ship's pilot and gunner are both skilled. You destroyed many Onderon fighter craft in the recent space battle. During the war, we abandoned our headquarters before Revan's final attack. Only a few volunteers were allowed to stay and fight. Duxon is a dangerous place. Never drop your guard.
ready to head back to your ship? Give the word and I'll take you there.
Damn it. The jungle is taking over everything. This place is a mess. Right, stand back. Let's see if that... Sith's blood! Fixing anything in this rot-infested place is an uphill battle. This jungle attacks anything made by man. Restoring the generators and computer systems is no easy task. Whatever help I can get. Whatever wires and tech haven't been corroded by the jungle are at least 10 years old.
What's the problem?
I'm trying to get the relay dish operational, but several components are broken and need repair. Without the relay, we're vulnerable to attack, especially right now. Your space battle may have attracted unwanted attention, and our shuttle sensors can't cover the whole moon. Seems just about everything involved with a relay dish is broken. I've been trying to fix it for weeks and still no success.
I can take a look at it, if you will permit it.
If you think you can help, there's the broken cables right over there, and the relay maintenance structures behind me. You can find the telemetry computer in there. The only thing I know for sure is we need a new phase pulse converter for the tracking computer.
That part's rare enough in most spaceports. Finding one here would be difficult.
We actually already found one in an old weapons cache, but flaming Canox ate it. That's the problem with Canox. They'll leave you alone if you keep your distance. But if you turn your back on the pests, they'll eat anything they can get in their mouth. They're vermin. No challenge for a Mandalorian. Since they provide no sport, we ignore them. Just gut every Canoc you come across. You wouldn't believe the things you can find in those little beasts. Alright then, come back when you have the converter and we can see about getting these systems working again.
Úspěšně jsme opravili ty kabele. Ukaž, pusně k tomu počítači. Ukaž, co tam máš. Jo, OK, to není ten správný. Fajn.
We've called off our patrols outside the camp. We usually find some entertainment in clearing out the worst of the beasts. But without our patrols, some of the larger beasts may be around. None of us will be around to bail you out of trouble. You
You've been warned. Who knows? Our relay dish is down, and until Zuko repairs it, we're blind. The Onderon military has cordoned off the planet, so there shouldn't be anybody else down here. Still, our sensors occasionally pick up signals on the surface. It's like someone is searching the planet, and doing so under the noses of the military. Whoever they are, they've stayed clear of us. If you want to pitch in, go ahead. Zuka hasn't been able to get the damn thing up and running. You can find him in the eastern side of camp, just south of the hangars. Look for the sparking wires, and he won't be far. We heard reports of a Zakeg wandering the paths around here. They're a good challenge for Mandalorians. If you see one, stay out of its way. Without us to back you up, you'll be dead in seconds.
To se ještě uvidí.
It's a huge red lizard that's built like a Baragwin battle tank. It has a hide so thick it might as well be Durasteel plating. We keep clearing them out of the area, but they keep coming back. They're tough opponents for non-Mandalorians. You fight a Zakeg. If you survived such a battle, you'd gain much honor. Strong words. It would be amusing to see you try to kill such a beast. Try the outlying jungle paths if you're determined to seek one out. And bring me back a trophy from your kill as proof of the deed. If you head outside the camp,
Jo, a jenom tak pro zajímavost, pro vás, kteří to nevíte, tak potimplnění jsou samozřejmě v tomto případě normální lidé. Samozřejmě se třeba může stát, že by byl Mandalorian i nějaký jiný rasy, ale většinou to jsou klasicky lidé. Další úspěšná oprava. Úžasný, jen tak dál. Budou mít jistě radost.
This is our battle circle. You should leave us. This place is for Mandalorians alone. Even if the sergeant lets you fight with us, you will never truly be one of us. This is our battle, even if the...
So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. You always had hidden strengths. Very hard for even the wisest Mandalore to judge and predict. I have studied much of the Jedi since our defeat. I would be honored to cross blades with you in the battle circle. You talk with the Sergeant. Today is his day to preside over the circle. Each fight is different because the Mandalorian with greater honor dictates the terms of the engagement. But there will be no terms if we fight. Everyone else will deny you your lightsaber and the use of your force. But I want to fight you with all your skill. Victory isn't important in the battle circle. What is important is discovering more about yourself and your opponent. This is not a battlefield, Jedi. If it were, I trust you wouldn't have the same opinion. I prepare and train, readying my mind and weaponry for a real challenge. Peace is not our natural element. Mandalorians handle it differently. I focus on educating myself in the martial techniques I will need to succeed in the next war. No, it is up to the Sergeant. The battle circle was not designed to settle petty vendettas and rivalries. Its primary purpose has always been teaching. Learning from books or holovids is useless when battle rages and soldiers are dying around you. Real knowledge can only be gained through combat. Perhaps we can learn from one another in time.
Slyšeli jste to, jo? Ostatní nám zakážou používat světelný meč, takže si rovnou vezmeme tu sekeru. Ta má úplně stejné poškození jako ten světelný meč, samozřejmě tam nejsou na tom bonusy, jako tady u našeho světelného meče, ty úžasný bonusy, ale i tak to bude rozhodně skvělý a věřím, že nám to pomůže zvítězit.
So you are the visiting Jedi. You aren't much to look at. Are you here to observe, or do you seek to prove yourself in the battle circle?
Víte, jak se to říká, tohle by se přesně hodilo jako odpověď pro něj. Nesuď knihu podle obalu. Na pohled nevinná žena, ale tam jste viděli, co dokáže. Ať už ty parádní komba v přemetech, že jo, nebo používání síly.
I am Davro, a Mandalorian warrior. I have yet to taste real battle, so I test my worth in the battle circle instead. Our history is one of battles and wars, but there are times when even we must deal with peace. The battle circle allows us to hone our skills by fighting other Mandalorians. It pales to what we really thirst for, honor in battle, but it keeps us prepared. Talk to the sergeant if you want to fight. A few. No fights to the death. Other parts of our training weed out the weak among us, but that isn't the function of the battle circle. There are individual rules for each fight. The warrior with greater honor determines those, which in your case means any Mandalorian makes the rules.
So, the Jedi comes to grace us. The battle circle is reserved only for real warriors. Your Jedi ways won't help you here. For today, I have the honor of commanding the battle circle. I decide who fights who and make sure all the rules are followed. The battle circle is only a small part of our training regiment. A full Mandalorian warrior is a master of many fighting techniques, and here, all of them are tested. If you were to compete, you would have to do so on our terms, for that is the way of the battle circle. Those with great honor decide the terms of engagement. Jedi rely too much on their vaunted powers. They lose touch of the power of their arms and feet. Without your force, would you be a match for even the lowliest of Mandalorian warriors? If you want to try and fight us on our terms, that can be arranged. Two rules never change. Once you enter the circle, you leave the circle only if your opponent is defeated. The second is never kill anyone in the circle. The other rules are decided for each individual fight. The challenger must abide by the terms set by the warrior they challenge. Since you are new, the terms aren't yours to make. Break any rule, and the battle is over, and you are dishonored. You are new here, so you will fight Davro. He is young and has not been able to prove himself in battle. Davro, what are your terms?
No weapons, no Jedi tricks, and no items. just fist and foot. A true test of strength.
Put your weapon away, Jedi. Don't step out of the circle and pull any death blow. No one dies in the battle circle. Step into the battle circle. Now you will experience a true fight.
Ale on má mnohem lepší zbroj. To není fér. A co tohle? Můžu si dát aspoň nakopávačku?
You have violated the rule. You must be.
Aha, nemůžu, OK. Tak fajn. Dobrý vědět.
Jedi, if you to be break. We are not merchants. We are Mandalorians. The only thing gained and lost here is honor, and perhaps some skill, if you have the capacity to learn. You are new here, so you will fight Davro. He is young and has not been able to prove himself in battle. Davro, what are your terms?
No weapons, no Jedi tricks, and no items. Just fist and foot. A true test of strength.
Put your weapon away, Jedi. Don't step out of the circle and pull any death blow. No one dies in the battle circle. Step into the battle circle. Now you will experience a true fight.
Tak ten dostal brutální školu bojového umění. Ani si neškrt.
The match between Jedi and Davril is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. Davril is just a recruit. I'm not surprised you won this fight. A challenger has expressed interest in fighting you. As little honor as you have gained, it is sufficient to accept his request. Let me know if you would fight again. Here to watch a fight or to participate? After defeating Davril, you have gained some small honor. There is a challenger for you. He is Kex, the quartermaster. Since he is the challenger, you get to choose the terms. As quartermaster, he has little opportunity for any glory in training. He isn't as skilled as Davril.
The battle circle is for training. It is best to choose something that will test both of your limits. In this case, swords would be a good choice. It is something neither one of you are completely familiar with, but the choice is ultimately yours to make. An honorable choice. I will send a runner to Kex. Your fight will begin shortly. The match between Kex and Jedi is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. If you want to fight again, let me know. I have lost. But this was no true contest. Jedi are skilled warriors, and I am young. I will train very hard to match you in combat next time. But there are others already here who are more than your equal. Braylor is one of the mightiest among us. He could teach you humility. Here to watch a fight or to participate? You choose to fight again. Now face a real Mandalorian warrior. Tagrin, what are your terms? Just fist in foot like you fight with Devril. Nothing else. Tagrin chooses to fight hand to hand. Remember, no weapons allowed, and absolutely no use of your force.
Ten už bude, koukám na naše síly, protože my nemáme tak vysokou hodnotu síly, ale to nějak vyřeší. Here to watch a fight or to... You choose just fist in. Tagrin chooses...
between Jedi and Tagrin is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have fought well today. The only Mandalorians left for you to fight are our champions. No one can fight a champion until they have proven themselves worthy, and it must be real proof. The kind you gain fighting foes to the death, and a champion must observe and deem your actions worthy. There are two champions in the camp, Braylor and Kelborn. Until you prove yourself in their eyes, the battle circle is closed to you. So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. You always had hidden strength.
S ním už jsme předtím mluvili, byl jsem to přeskočil.
I could only do that if I observed you fight an enemy in real combat. I have seen your matches so far, and I do not doubt your worthiness to face me. But the rules cannot be changed. The other champion, Kelborn, is in the jungle on a mission. Perhaps your paths will cross, and you'll have your opportunity there.
So, you're the Jedi the camp's been talking about. And you're planning on exploring the jungles to the south? I'm Zarga. I instruct our raw Mandalorian recruits in the ways of discipline and battle. I sent one of my warriors, Kumas, into the jungle. It's been 3 days, and I want you to bring back his corpse and his survival pack. If Kumas wasn't dead, he'd be back already. If you find his body, just bring it back. Good point. I don't want his body, just his equipment. Field strip the corpse and bring the gear back. Our numbers swell. Our training hones us. The galaxy will fear us once more. Found Kumas's body. What do you want? You here to gloat over your victories in the battle circle. Save it for someone else. So why are you back?
If you head out into the jungle, stay alert. Our patrols keep the area clear of the more dangerous beasts, but a lot of the smaller ones still infest the paths. Mostly Canucks and Malras. Deeper in the jungle there's Boma beasts, and they're a little more sport. How did you know of the Darkheg? We've seen signs along the paths. They are naturally armored and have foul dispositions. Mandalorian expeditions cleared them out of the area, but ducks on beasts never take kindly to losing territory. As soon as ship activity dies out around here, we may hunt them again. Bomas are tough and fiercely territorial. Whenever we drive them off, they just come back to reclaim their grazing lands. We can handle them, but they may be too much for you. Malras are aggressive, but hardly a challenge for a real warrior. They're pack hunters, though, and dangerous in numbers. We try to thin their herds pretty regularly. Little pests. They'll eat anything they can fit in their mouths, so don't leave any gear and supplies lying around, unless you want them to end up in a Canuck's belly. They aren't very aggressive, though. Just don't get too close to them, and they'll leave you alone.
You finally arrived, Jedi. I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle circle. This time, we fight to the death. I was too young to fight in the Mandalorian Wars. With our clans scattered, there was no opportunity to prove myself. Years ago, young Mandalorians would fly point to the basilisk, laying waste to anything before them, at the forefront of battle. But this has been denied me. What little honor I have earned, you stripped from me in the battle circle. This I won't allow. You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further. There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared.
Pokud tu někdo z vás je, co myslíte, možnost 1 nebo 2? Možnost číslo 1 rovná se sebevražda. Možnost číslo 3 je samozřejmě taky jeho vražda, to je jasný. Nebudem ho posílat na smrt, ani ho nebudem zabíjet.
Then you dishonor me again, Jedi. One day we will meet again. Next time, you will not have a choice.
You there, I am in need of your assistance. I'm Kumis. Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I am just in a difficult situation. A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist. This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days. You must have cleared a path to the beast coming here. If you take care of the Boma beast, I can make it to safety. My blaster rifle's been useless ever since I used it to bash in a Canuck's skull. Your actions are worthy of a Mandalorian. Return here when you have slain the beast and I will be able to return to camp. Don't touch that button, it'll blow up all my charges. I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
I have no love for Mandalorians, but just letting him starve up there. I think you did the right thing. You never know. You know, I'm glad I found you again, General. You're right about that. We were together at Malachor. I don't know if anyone else could understand. Getting philosophical on me? I'm here because you found me on Telos and I decided to come along for the ride. Not that I had much choice after we got going. Tired of me already? I was frustrated. Watching the Ithorians getting pushed around by Zerka, I thought I could make a difference, but it was taken away from me. Guess if one planet was good enough for me, why not the galaxy? You just have to know what the circus looked like. I'll be sure to do that, General. Was there something you wanted me for? Yes, General?
Wait a moment. Do you see that boma over there? The force flows through even these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed, basic instincts, urges, dominated by every breath and every moment, primal and unsophisticated. Good. Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients, but you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its consciousness, yes, like a low rumble before the storm. Use the force to create a barrier around it. Make it with care and subtlety. You came close, and you have potential. With practice, you can make any animal passive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold, violence especially. With the Force, anything is possible. But that is the end of the lesson for now.
Děkuju ti, jsem moc rád, že líbí. Co pak to tam bylo za roucho? To je to stejný, co už máme. OK.
What are you doing out here? It's dangerous for your kind. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area. No, it wasn't them. That ship was damaged and screaming its ID signature all the way down. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up. Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout. Pretty green, too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart. He can't have been the only one crawling around here. If there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action? Squeamish? Don't worry, I'm not planning on killing them unless I have to. But people do have a habit of shooting at Mandalorians on sight. If so, I wouldn't mind a good fight. There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths and I don't want them to slip by. If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it. I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
What happened to Lon?
He got swarmed by those little beasts. I think they're called Canox.
I hope this mission is worth it to the Colonel. If not, wait, did you hear that?
That's her! Get her!
Set the staging camp up here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
Do more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone, attack!
I found more of their scouts, but they started shooting as soon as they saw me. I heard blaster rifle fire coming from deeper in the jungle. You find anything? I'm surprised they wouldn't talk to you. I thought their grudge was only with Mandalorians. Find out anything useful from them? Colonel, huh? Could be Colonel Tobin. Tobin is General Vaklu's personal cat hound. If he's on your trail, you might want to steer clear of Onderon. I'm not surprised. He was probably acting on orders from Vaklu. If so, you've made some dangerous enemies. General Vaklu is the cousin of Queen Talia. He's also in charge of the Onderon military. He led the Onderon resistance when we occupied their world during the Mandalorian Wars. He was a worthy foe. Maybe more than a match for you. Mandalore needs to know about the scouts. I'll let him know your role in dealing with them. They're Onderon military, although they were trying to be secret about it. I've got a feeling you're going to need all the help you can get. One last thing about the battle circle. Your actions have proven you worthy of facing our best in the circle. Perhaps we can face each other there. See you at camp.
Aha, já myslím, že to máme kompletně už předtím. Takže to možná budeme muset pak ještě proběhnout, jelikož jsem všechny ty mrtvole neprohledával. Máme to komplet, nádhera, můžeme se vrátit.
Progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter? That's the best thing I've heard in weeks. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore about your help. Look, I have some extra parts and computer spikes. Take them. You can probably make better use of them than I can. Any progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter? You do? Let me see. I don't know how, but these pieces look in good enough shape to repair. I'll have the telemetry computer repaired in no time. I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much help you've been. I know you didn't ask, but here's a reward anyway. Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us. All right, if you say so. Again, you have my gratitude. The systems are working now. Damn it. Jungle is taking over everything. This place is a mess.
Díky. Další skvěle odvedená prácička.
You hear that? So what? Mandalore will gap. I was able to make it back to camp without encountering any other beasts. You have my gratitude. Please, don't tell anyone what happened. If the others were to know, I would be disgraced. How you found Kumas, and alive, no less. I suppose I should offer my gratitude. He's got a mind like a stunned Minox, but he's got courage. He was evasive when I asked him what happened, however. Trying to survive in the jungle must have taken its toll. We'll see if Kumas will prove warrior enough to be worth all this trouble. The Mandalorians will rise again. I thought I would see you again. No more scouts in the jungle, right? Together we made short work of them. If you yearn for more fighting, the battle circle can slake that thirst. I'm here for that. It is not a true test of a warrior, but it echoes the thrill of real battle. The sergeant chooses who fights who, but I would eagerly fight you in the battle circle. So what are you here for? No, I can't. We all have our orders, Jedi. We're taught not to. Mandalorians want to be tested to the limits of our abilities and beyond. We admire anyone who meets us on the battlefield. Instead of hate, we study, practice, and train until the next time, so we won't be beaten. But some young Mandalorians find this a hard lesson. Any veteran of the Mandalorian Wars respects Jedi like you. Your actions on Duxon validate this. But we aren't a simple people.
So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. I could only do that if I observed you fight an enemy in real combat. I have, but the rules can...
Kelborn says you are worthy enough to face champions. You may fight in the battle circle again. You have enough honor to face a champion of a previous day. Kelborn, what are your terms?
Swords only. No items or the Jedi's force. And no sword of the Jedi's choosing. Just a simple long blade.
Kelborn chooses to fight with the blade. You may fight with fist, foot, and the blade provided. No using the force or any other item.
Kelborn má hodně tvrdou ránu, to jsem ostatně očekával, proto jsem si to předtím uložil a uděláme to stejně jako předtím. To znamená, že si dáme nakopávačku jasně před bojem.
Kelborn... You... So... Kelborn... The match between Jedi and Kelborn is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. I underestimated you. A difficult admission for a Mandalorian. If you fight in the circle again this day, you will face the bravest and strongest of us, Braylor.
Nejdu si projdem celý rozhovor a zkusíme to klasicky bez vylepšení. Pak to přeskočíme a dáme si nakopávačku před bojem.
Here to watch a fight or to participate?
Rádu se stalo. Já jsem rád, že se líbí.
We eagerly look forward to this fight. Braylor, you are our champion. How would you fight the Jedi?
No terms today, Sergeant. I would fight the Jedi with all of her arsenal.
Braylor will fight you as you are. Still no killing and no leaving the battle circle. But you may use whatever else you want.
No, slyšeli jste sami. Můžeme to rozjet naplno. Můžeme se naplno rozšoupnout. Škoda, že se nepočítají ty bonusy, jinak bychom tu odolnost dali dohromady úplně bez problému. Na 16 i na 18, jak vidíte.
The match between Jedi and Braylor is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have defeated the most worthy of us. You walk away the champion of the battle circle this day. We will not forget your deeds, or the honor you have earned this day.
To je hezká odměna. Šance na omráčení 50%. Hezký.
You are the champion of the battle circle this day. Watch the others spar. Criticize or praise as you see fit. That is your right as a champion. I see now why we couldn't win against you during the war. Even fighting at a great disadvantage, you still fight as brutally as a Rancor. Your fight with Braylor was brilliant. You are truly a warrior of Mandalorian proportions. So what are you here for? You have prowess in battle, this cannot be denied. But your Jedi teachings prevent you from having a true warrior spirit. Jedi couldn't have beaten us in the Mandalorian Wars. It took a fallen Jedi to gain that honor.
And so, I lose again. I still have much to learn. The last Jedi I fought was in a ship-to-ship battle on Malachor 5. I lost, but was spared. Before the Mandalorian Wars, we looked at Jedi as weak. Their code restricted their full potential. The Jedi were limited by a narrow sense of morality that couldn't survive a real war. But our view was the narrow one. I see that clearly now. I sense we both learned something today.
To bylo krásně řečeno. Moc hezká řeč.
Kumas owes you a debt of honor, traveler. Ready to head back to your ship? Damn it. Word has spread that you have defeated Braylar. The story of that battle will be told in our clan for years to come. Safe journey to you. I'm impressed. Too bad you're a Jedi. You'd make a formidable Mandalorian.
Další milé ocenění. A skvělá odměna.
You defeated Braylar in the battle circle. Either you're very lucky, or you're a lot tougher than you look. Kelborn said you dispatched some covert military scouts in the jungle with him. He spoke highly of your work. Zuka told me you helped out with some repairs around the base. I was hoping you'd prove yourself more with a lightsaber, but it's certainly a great help. The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakeg. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. You've earned some respect around here. Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? That was a tremendous help. I won't forget it. You've made quite a reputation around here. You did better than I thought you could. I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow, but I'll move up the timetable and take you now. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship, I'd do it now. I know, it made quite a racket. Good work. That's to be expected. They don't really like it when someone makes loud noise in their territory. It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the jungle, now would it? You're alive, in one piece, and learn something about the beasts of the jungle.
Tyjo, to je náhodička, co on nám dal úplně stejný světelný meč, který máme vyrobený, žlutý. Hezký.